Hello, everyone. Today we'll be discussing statistical distributions. So what is a statistical distribution? These describe how data are distributed. They help us understand patterns and probabilities in data. In this presentation, we're going to focus on normal or Gaussian distributions, as well as binomial distributions. Let's use an example from basketball to help illustrate these concepts. The normal or Gaussian distribution is a bell-shaped and symmetrical curve. It is defined by its mean, which is the average value, and the standard deviation, which represents the spread of the data. An example of a normal distribution in basketball is the height of the players. Player heights are often normally distributed. Most players have an average height, while fewer players are very short or very tall. In the NBA, the mean height is around 6 feet 7 inches, with a standard deviation of around 3.5 inches. The binomial distribution describes the number of successes in a fixed number of trials, where each trial has only two possible outcomes, success or failure. An example of a binomial distribution in basketball is free throw success. Free throw success is binary. Either the player makes the free throw, which is a success, or misses it, which is a failure. Let's say your player has a 70% free throw success rate. If the player attempts 10 free throws, what is the probability of making exactly 7 free throws? The binomial distribution helps us answer this question. One goal of analyzing this kind of data is to figure out what factors, such as what the player is thinking or the angle of their wrist, predict free throw success or failure. In real-world applications such as suicide research, understanding statistical distributions is crucial. Suicidal outcomes are often binary, such as whether an individual has attempted suicide, which can be represented as a yes or no. The binomial distribution can help us model probabilities in this case. On the other hand, continuous variables, such as the age of an individual or the severity of their depression, may follow a normal distribution. In machine learning, choosing the right distribution is crucial, as this is going to determine how well we can model an outcome such as suicide. As an example, if you're trying to predict whether an individual has thought about suicide with the response options of yes and no, then it is very, very important to choose a binomial distribution. So to recap, the normal or Gaussian distribution is a bell-shaped curve illustrated by basketball player heights. The binomial distribution describes the number of successes in a fixed number of trials, as shown by the free throw success in basketball. Both types of distributions can be applied in real-world scenarios, such as suicide research. Understanding distributions helps us analyze and interpret data, so always keep these concepts in mind when working with data.